What if I told you that everything you've been taught about discipline is wrong? Not partially wrong, completely backwards. You've heard the motivational speakers. You've seen the 5 a.m. morning routine videos. You've read the books about Navy SEALs and billionaire CEOs, and yet, here you are, still scrolling, still searching, still wondering why discipline feels impossible. Today, I'm going to tell you the truth about discipline that no one else will. And I promise you, this isn't another pep talk. This is the uncomfortable reality that separates those who talk about discipline from those who actually live it. Let me start with a story that changed everything for me. There's a temple in Japan where monks practice something called Kaihogyo, the 1,000-day challenge. These monks walk up to 52 miles per day through the mountains every single day for 7 years. If they fail to complete any day, they must take their own life. That's the commitment. But here's what's fascinating. When researchers studied these monks, they found something unexpected. The monks didn't describe their journey as requiring discipline at all. They said it was simply what they did. It had become as automatic as breathing. That's when it hit me. We've been asking the wrong question. The question isn't, how do I become more disciplined? The real question is, how do I become the type of person for whom discipline is inevitable? Here's the paradox that nobody talks about. The more you rely on discipline, the less disciplined you actually are. Think about it. Right now, how much discipline does it take you to brush your teeth? None, right? You just do it. You don't need a vision board or a motivational speech. You don't negotiate with yourself about whether today is the day you finally start that oral hygiene routine. But I bet there was a time, probably when you were a child, when brushing your teeth required immense discipline. Your parents had to remind you, push you, maybe even bribe you. And then something changed. It became automatic. It became part of your identity. This is the discipline paradox. True discipline isn't about willpower at all. It's about identity shift. Most people are trying to use discipline as a band-aid for an identity problem. They wake up and say, "Today, I'm going to be disciplined," while their entire identity screams, "I'm the person who quits, who gives up, who takes the easy road." You're not fighting against your lack of discipline. You're fighting against yourself. The person who goes to the gym every day isn't more disciplined than you. They've simply become someone for whom going to the gym is non-negotiable. It's not a choice anymore. It's who they are. So how do you shift your identity? This is where it gets practical, and this is where most people get it completely wrong. You don't shift your identity through massive action. You shift it through micro-evidence. Let me explain. Your brain is constantly looking for evidence of who you are. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you're becoming. You're not going to vote yourself into a new identity with one grand gesture. You're going to do it with 1,000 tiny votes. When you say you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, after years of waking up at 9 a.m., you're not making a disciplined choice. You're making a delusional one. You have zero evidence that you're a person who wakes up at 5 a.m. Your identity has thousands of votes saying, "I'm someone who sleeps until 9. But here's the hack. You only need to shift the evidence by 1%, not 50%, not a complete transformation overnight. 1%. Want to become a person who works out every day? Don't commit to an hour at the gym. Commit to one push-up. I'm serious. One single push-up. Because you're not trying to get fit yet. You're trying to collect evidence that you're the type of person who works out daily. After a week of one push-up, you have 7 pieces of evidence. Your brain starts to believe, maybe I am someone who works out every day. Then you do 2 push-ups, then 5. Then you add a pull-up. Within 3 months, without ever relying on discipline or willpower, you're someone who works out every day because that's simply who you are. The monks walking 52 miles didn't start with 52 miles. They started with 1 step, and they kept collecting evidence until their identity shifted completely. But here's where most people still fail, even with the right identity approach. They ignore the environment equation. You are not disciplined in a vacuum. You are disciplined or undisciplined in an environment. and your environment is either working for you or against you every single second of every single day. I want you to do something right now. Look around whatever room you're in. Count how many things you can see that represent the undisciplined version of yourself. The junk food, the remote control within arm's reach, the phone that's always nearby, the comfortable couch that whispers, "Just relax," every time you walk by. Now count how many things represent the disciplined version of yourself. The water bottle, the book waiting to be read, the running shoes by the door, the clean, organized workspace. Which list is longer? Your environment is voting on your identity 1,000 times more than your actions are. If you're trying to build discipline in an environment designed for comfort, you're bringing a knife to a gunfight. The most disciplined people you know aren't more disciplined. They've engineered their environment so that the disciplined choice is the easy choice. They don't keep ice cream in the house. They don't have a TV in their bedroom. They schedule their workouts like business meetings. They create friction for bad behaviors and remove friction for good ones. Want to read more? Don't rely on discipline. Put a book on your pillow every morning so you literally can't get into bed without moving it. Want to stop scrolling social media? Delete the apps. Don't just try to use them less. Delete them. Make the undisciplined choice hard and the disciplined choice easy. Now we come to the part that nobody wants to hear, the uncomfortable truth that separates the pretenders from the practitioners. Discipline will cost you something. Always. And here's what it will cost you. It will cost you your excuses. It will cost you your victim story. It will cost you the comfortable narrative that your circumstances are why you can't succeed. Because here's the truth. You probably can achieve the things you say you want. You probably can lose the weight, build the business, write the book, learn the skill. But that means confronting a terrifying possibility. If you can do it, then why haven't you? If you're capable of discipline, then what's your excuse for the last 5 years? 10 years? 20 years? This is why most people don't actually want discipline. They want the results of discipline, sure. But discipline itself? Discipline means accepting responsibility. It means admitting that you're the architect of your current reality. It means looking in the mirror and saying, "I am exactly where my choices have led me." That's painful. It's much easier to blame your genetics, your childhood, your boss, your spouse, the economy, the algorithm, the system. It's much easier to believe you're a victim of circumstance rather than a victim of your own choices. But here's the liberation in that pain. If you're responsible for where you are, you're also powerful enough to change it. The same force that created your current reality can create a different one. But first, you have to accept the responsibility. You have to feel that pain. The monks in Japan don't just walk 52 miles a day for 7 years because they're superhuman. They do it because they've accepted something the rest of us refuse to accept. That we're all going to suffer either way. We're going to suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And only one of those pains leads somewhere worth going. Let me share with you the most powerful discipline practice I've ever discovered. I call it the daily death. Every night before you go to sleep, imagine you're going to die at midnight. This version of you, with all your excuses, all your bad habits, all your undisciplined patterns, is going to cease to exist. And tomorrow morning, when you wake up, you're going to be born again. A new person. Someone who doesn't carry the baggage of yesterday's failures. Someone who gets to choose, from scratch, what kind of person they want to be. This isn't just a mental trick. This is actually how reality works. The person you were yesterday is gone. They're dead. You can't change their choices. You can't fix their mistakes. They're in the past, and the past doesn't exist anymore. The only question is, who are you going to be today? Most people wake up and put on yesterday's identity like an old coat. They think, I'm the person who hits snooze, who skips workouts, who procrastinates, who eats junk food, because that's who they were yesterday. But yesterday's person is dead. When you truly internalize this, When you truly understand that every morning is a complete rebirth, discipline becomes natural. Because you're not trying to change who you are. You're simply choosing who you're going to be. Fresh, from scratch, with no baggage from the past. The monks doing their 1,000-day challenge, they understand this deeply. They're not the same person who started the walk 7 years ago. That person died long ago. They're simply choosing every single morning to be the person who walks today. Now here's where it gets exciting. Here's where discipline stops being a burden and starts being the most powerful force in your life. Small disciplines compound. Every single discipline choice you make doesn't just benefit you today, it benefits you forever, because it's changing your identity, and identity drives every future choice. When you choose to work out today, you're not just getting a tiny bit fitter, you're becoming someone who works out, and that person will find it easier to work out tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. When you choose to write for 15 minutes today, you're not just making tiny progress on your book, you're becoming a writer, and writers write. It's just what they do. This is why the first 90 days are crucial. You're not trying to achieve results in the first 90 days. You're trying to shift your identity. You're collecting evidence. You're building a new story about who you are. After 90 days of daily action, you have 90 pieces of evidence. Your brain can't ignore that. It has to update its model of who you are. And once your identity shifts, discipline becomes automatic. You're no longer pushing a boulder uphill. You're rolling downhill, gathering momentum. The compound effect of discipline is exponential, not linear. The first week is hard. The first month is hard. But the second month is easier than the first. The third month is easier than the second. By the 6th month, you're a different person entirely. By a year, you're unrecognizable. And by 5 years, by 10, you're operating at a level that your current self can't even imagine. Not because you became more disciplined, but because you became someone for whom discipline is irrelevant. So let me bring this full circle and give you the real secret to unmatched discipline. There is no secret. There's no hack, no shortcut, no magic formula. There's only this: the willingness to start small, the courage to accept responsibility, and the patience to let identity compound. You don't need unmatched discipline tomorrow. You need it today, just for today, in the smallest possible form. 1 push-up, 1 page written, 1 healthy meal, 1 hour of focused work, just today. And then tomorrow, when you wake up as a new person, you make the same choice, just for today. Do that for 90 days, and you won't recognize yourself. Do it for a year, and other people won't recognize you either. Do it for 5 years, and you'll understand what the monks understand. Discipline isn't something you do. It's someone you become. The question isn't whether you're capable of discipline. You are. Every human being is. The question is whether you're willing to pay the price. And the price is this: you have to let the old you die. You have to release your grip on your excuses, your victim stories, your comfortable narratives about why you can't. That's the price. And it's worth it. Because on the other side of that death is a life you can't currently imagine. A life where you're not constantly fighting yourself. A life where your actions align with your values. A life where discipline isn't something you need, it's simply who you are. The monks walk 52 miles because they're monks. You'll build your business, transform your body, create your art, or achieve whatever it is you're called to do because that's who you are. Not who you'll become someday. Who you are, starting today. Now stop watching YouTube videos about discipline and go collect your first piece of evidence.